I'm writing this, sitting in front of my TV. My Xbox is turned on and resting on the main dashboard. I can see my avatar, and I occasionally think he can see me. He sometimes waves at me too. I prefer to keep my eyes on the screen as much as possible because better the devil you know, right? This all started about a week ago. I was mixing up between Trials HD and Battlefield 1943. I'm an arcade nut, and I love some of the games that you can download. I was owning a level on Trials when I received a party invite. The thing is, it had no name attached, just an empty field followed by has invited you to party. Flummoxed, I accepted and entered the party. When I checked the menus, I was the only one in there. Somewhat strange, but not impossible. The person could have left before I entered. Just as I was ready to leave, someone else joined the party. Namely, it was me. Silicone Lemming has joined the party. This made me smile, as you do sometimes see some rather weird glitches online. I checked the menus and I saw my name twice in the party. One was playing Trials and the other was editing the avatar. "Hello," I said, not really expecting an answer. "Hello" echoed back to me a couple of seconds later in my voice. I relaxed. Sound delay and party glitches were rare, but they did happen. Getting freaked out over a glitch? I said, half annoyed that I had allowed it to unsettle me. My words returned to me, but this time the tone of the words had become a little bit mocking. This made me stop for a short second. I shook my head and reasoned. I must have misheard. Why don't you come and say that to my face? A current private joke me and my friends were sharing at the time. Maybe I might just do that. My blood turned to ice. That was my voice. But I hadn't said those words. The other me left the party immediately after that. I sat for a moment confused and shaking as the adrenaline pumped. I checked the list of interactive profiles, but that didn't reveal anything. I eventually decided that was enough Xbox for that night and turned it off. The incident played on in my mind for the entire next day, and that evening the Xbox is back on again. I spent a couple of minutes looking around the menus for anything else scary or unsettling, but everything was normal. Half an hour into some intense explosion, I received a voice message. I was getting bored of the game, so I dropped out to the dashboard and opened this message. It was heavy breathing for about a couple of seconds, followed by my voice saying, "Can you say distraction?" Once again confused, I stared at the screen. In the background, I could see my avatar dancing away. But there was nothing to attribute the message to. A momentary, illogical fear made me spin around and inspect the room, making sure there was nothing there. It was when I turned back that I nearly screamed. My avatar had forced his way forward over the menus, and his head now filled the entire screen. He stared at me silently, his hands planted against the screen from the opposite side. He pointed at me, then drew a finger across his throat. I started to smell burnt plastic. A trickle of smoke escaped the console and then it crashed. The last thing I saw was the colors inverted on the Xbox, and the face of the threatening avatar turned electric pink and green. The image disappeared, followed by the standard no signal message. My Xbox was fucked. When I tried to switch it back on, I got the dreaded ring of death. The ominous name of the effect wasn't lost on me anyway. I waited for a month. I eventually set off my Xbox for repairs. I had brought it brand new, and it was well within warranty, so I got it replaced for free. I sat there in my hallway for a fortnight before I had the guts to switch it back on. I finally rigged it up, and now I'm sat staring at this dashboard. Everything was fairly normal until I logged into my profile and saw literally dozens of voice messages, all of them in my sounding voice, screaming, "Where are you?" and "We're not done yet." The final message, which dated about 20 minutes ago, all it said was, "I am done waiting. I'm coming to get you." The avatar on the screen had stepped forward and started to rub his hands together. Then he started to wave a little. It only took me a couple of seconds to realize he was waving at someone behind me.